My name is James Bateman. I'm the CEO and co-founder here at Marble.
My name is Kevin Callahan. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Marble.
What I would like to introduce to you is Marble. Marble is a powerful API that helps businesses, apps, developers get access to patient-authorized data across a vast number of industries. Application developers, businesses don't have the privilege of healthcare providers of getting access to health exchange data, EMR data, and other types of health data in the healthcare system, and they rely on patient consent and authorization to get access to this data at scale. And what we're doing is taking all the complexity around getting and integrating that into your business and simplifying it through a powerful set of APIs that you can build and operate your business on. The reason that this is really important right now is because we've seen in the last year with COVID and the pandemic a real uptake and acceleration of adoption of digital health. There's been over 90,000 applications published in the last year that make up 25% of the market today, and it's growing fast. And there's a huge demand for access to this data to help them operate, help them run their businesses, and use that patient consent in a similar way that, if you were to log in and single sign on to an application with Google and say, share my demographic information, no one yet has solved the problem of saying, share my health information and allow those apps to get access to that. And that's something that there's a huge demand for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Marble, we've really cut our teeth on legal. And when you start thinking of legal, you think about, things like being a little bit risk averse, thinking about staying with the letter of the law, and being able to find product market fit under those circumstances have given us the ability to really think deeply about our infrastructure, our APIs, and et cetera. And so having that and unlocking that for other areas. So if you're thinking about everything from research, you're thinking about insurance, you're thinking about everything, even mental health and fertility. When you start thinking about being able to get the fertility success rate from 80% to 90%, that's huge, and that's helping a lot of people. And so I think that our road to this area has now allowed us to unlock that.
Legal is where we've had a ton of success over the past few years that we've been in business, specifically in things like medical mass tort. So over 40% of the health data that is supporting the Purdue Pharma opioids case on behalf of the plaintiffs has been supplied through our Marble APIs over the past 2 years. And in that case, what we're doing is we're helping the law firms ask their claimants to say, would you permission us to get access to your medical files to support your case? And then our APIs will pull that data from their healthcare facilities, deliver it to the business that the patient's seeking service from, in this case the law firm. But that business that the patient's seeking service from could be from any industry. Could be a life insurance application, could be virtual care, could be consumer health applications. There's a vast life sciences, real world evidence for clinical trials and studies. These are all areas where those businesses can ask their users and their patient population for permission for data, and we facilitate and make that process scalable.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a number of different verticals that we're really chasing right now. The first one is helping mass tort litigants with their process, so that's one of them. The other one is thinking around using our digital services to help various lawyers with their onboarding and the various bits of information that they require. We're also looking at non-legal, so we have a number of different verticals. Talked about health, we talked about insurance, we talked about fertility, but there's various other types of companies that are saying, we require this data, and we haven't really had an opportunity to be able to get it in an easy way. So now that we're able to bring it into our process, we think we can unlock a lot of value there. We also spent, as you probably know, a couple of years in the PI industry, in the personal industry, and there is a whole business around being able to manually pull your data within the US. And so that entire industry is evolving, and because we've come from that area and we know the players and we know the process, we think that our product is going to be able to power them to the next their next phase. And yeah, there's a number of other industries we're interested in, but those are some of the ones I'd love to highlight right now.
The mass tort and personal injury product lines that Kevin spoke about are really interesting because what they do is they build on our original product line, which was called MedChart. So the MedChart product is still being offered and sold into the legal line of business, and now it's really positioned as a shining example of the type of services and products you can build on the base of Marble API. So the Marble APIs, what they do is they open up the floodgates to saying to all others in the industry, if you would like to build these types of products, we're now going to give you access to the underlying technology that you can do and replicate the success that we've seen on MedChart for the legal space. And the MedChart product is evolving as well, and it's evolving in mass tort, in now integrating more digital connected electronic exchange data that's being delivered to help them do their case discovery, as well as in the personal injury space, integrating connected electronic data that lawyers can get within minutes instead of weeks and months, and using that information to make quick decisions on their case files and be able to get to a result faster in a way that previously was just inaccessible to that industry altogether. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, go for it.
A really good use case is, as we're seeing all these digital health apps emerge, the first thing that they need to do is to find out some medical history on their users in order to make sure that those users can be matched to the appropriate services and offerings that those apps have. So for example, in the fertility case, or let's say a diabetes management app, they often require you as a new user to submit all sorts of medical background information through a questionnaire. And that's information that really is pre-existing on you, that you have in your medical file, that you can share into that service through our APIs. It would allow your users to permission the data to flow into your application, and then your application can use that to make a much more seamless onboarding experience and deliver a better service to your users at the end of the day. Yep, so in terms of how we've built our APIs, we've taken a standards approach to make sure that we're adopting something that is going to stand the test of time. So we've adopted HL7 Fire in terms of how we're structuring and servicing that data through the APIs, but then we've also built a suite of proprietary APIs to simplify all the other processes around actually getting the data in your hands for patient identity and consent, for how we connect to the health data sources on the back end, aggregating that data, providing some analytics on normalizing that information into a single standard to deliver to you, and then of course having the Fire-based standards for you to be able to integrate and ingest that into your system. That's true. We've been on an incredible growth pathway. So we closed our last round of financing, a Series A, at the end of 2020. And in the past year, we've been focused on deploying that, building out a world-class product team. We've had Kevin join, who he's had a tremendous success in building out a team of almost 30 engineering, developer, and product team in order to build out the APIs and the Marble vision that we've had from day one. Since we've closed those funds, I mean, the overall company has grown about 7x, and we've just seen an incredible trajectory. And this is just the beginning. There's tons of opportunity here. This is a $10 trillion global healthcare market that is transforming to really focus on these digital applications where a consumer can permission their data to be used for unconventional methods, and this is only going to get bigger. That's true. So we're in the process right now. We're actually kicking off our Series B fundraising as part of this interview right here, right now. So thank you for asking. We're looking to get and find that next investor that wants to jump on this journey in really becoming the leader in patient authorized health data APIs. Looking forward, the beta, our Marble API beta program, where we're looking to other industries to say, hey, take a look at how we implemented something like MedChart. You can use this technology and build your own version of the same for all of the other industries that I spoke of around life insurance, real world evidence, clinical trials, consumer health, And this is a real opportunity to, make this data accessible to everyone and really make some real impact some real change in the industry.
We are also bringing the concept of an app store. So we've spent many years trying to aggregate various demand sources, from lawyers to insurance and many other ones that James is talking about. And so now what we'd love to be able to do is unlock that demand for various other companies. So we're partnering with a number of them to be able to add them to the App Store, the Marble App Store, so that they can then bring their services to our customers, mutual customers. MarbleAPI.com.
That's it.